Good evening, everybody. Matrix here, and here's my watch list for February 13th. Okay, so let me bring in the futures chart real quick. Very interesting day today, a very bullish day today. Hold on, well, here we go. The day has not closed, but we are still riding this uptrend, and it has broke out right now, the SPY futures, okay? We're running into the 200 SMA on SPY futures right now, so really depends on how it opens at midnight tonight. My guess is I think my guess is going to pull back a little bit tomorrow, and then like a short dip, and then bounce back tomorrow, because we are closing very strong. So let's take a look at it on the intraday level. Okay, so we're at what, 2752 area. Okay, so I'm guessing I like to see this is a breakout, right? So this is a breakout of this 274.6 area, maybe even larger. This is a breakout of the 274 area, right? So it needs to pull back a little bit to test this breakout. I mean, it's holding level after level. I mean, when it broke out the 2744, it held, and dip got bought up. This is the next breakout level, 2747. Okay, right here. So 2747, I like to see a dip to hold this area for a continuation long tomorrow. 2747, let's relate that to the SPY real quick. Ooh, the SPY right here. Pull that in. 2747, so 274.70s around this area. So right about there, okay. Ooh, nice line. Nice support equals resistance line. That's a 274. Move it up a little bit. Right there, spot on. Okay, so as you can see, we have broke out. Currently, we're gapping up a little bit, and we have broken out of this key level here at the 274.70s. All right, I like to see it dip, hold this 200 SMA and rip. That's a possibility. Or it could just dip, fail, and then we could have a pullback day all the way back to the 9. So definitely two possibilities over here. A lot of what if scenarios, but it's definitely looking very strong on the intraday. Here's that breakout level. All right, the 274.50s on the intraday. So I like to see a dip to hold for a continuation, or a dip and snap, and we have a day fading it back down to maybe 273. Okay, so that's the SPY. However, the tickers that I will be playing tomorrow, it's not really SPY related. I have 4 tickers tonight. Let's go with the first up, EA. EA has been in play for 5 days now, ever since they announced earnings on February 6th. Right. As you can see, the daily volume is still very high and very relative, higher than relative volume. Okay. So that means the stock is still in play. I personally played EA today. I mean, if I were to zoom in the chart here, this is how I played it this morning. I shorted it. Hold on. I shorted it right here as it came down out the gates at the open. It came down and it snapped this 104 area, which is the pre-market lows, right? Or it's a pre-market dip hold area, where this is where it held, right? So kind of like a pre-market interim support. Also yesterday's after hours highs right here. So this 104 is a key mark that will be watched tomorrow as well as today. That's what I was using. So I didn't want to chase this down move. Okay, it's basically almost a double top from yesterday. If I zoom out just a little bit, see this double top right here? It's close to a double top. It's more of a lower high. As you see, there's a sloping line here. But it made sense where the stock failed today, right at the open. Okay, this is also the area where the analysts came out with the buy rating. So they came out with a buy rating at 106. In a sense, I could have took it here at 106, but it was still early and very volatile. The stock looked a little bullish to me right here as it held this VWAP, right? So I waited, I didn't chase it, and I waited it to snap 104 under the VWAP. As it came back up, I saw it fail. And then this candle, as it failed the 104, I got in very close right here on this candle, and I was risking just a little bit above the 104.50s. Okay, so that was my theory. It's the 104.50s wasn't a key level. I shorted it at 103.85 or 103.86. Okay, and the 104 was a key level, but I had to give it some wiggle room. I had to give it to the highs of the previous candle. So I shorted it from here, and my risk was 104.50s area. If it reclaimed, then I was going to let it go. But it worked, right? So on the first flush, it came down to the 102.50s. I took some off here at 102.32 on this candle, big flush. I took half off. And then as it got rejected and tested this 102.50s area as it failed, I took a little bit more here on this candle at 9.56 at $100.35. I covered another half, so that would leave me a quarter left. And as this thing kind of rounded up, I saw it's setting higher lows, and this candle was it for me. This was a reversal candle. Okay, it showed me a sign of a reversal to come, so I was eyeing this down like a hawk, and then this candle popped up. The next candle popped up and over in the 9 EMA. This candle tested and held the 9 EMA, and then this candle kind of confirmed it's holding and reversing, so I got out right here, and my final exit price was 103.30. Okay, so all in all, this was a pretty good trade, right? I took it down from around the 104s all the way to 100. I took 4 points off it, almost 4 points off it. So that was a good trade. Okay, so let's go with the thesis on EA though. Okay, EA, on the intraday today, as you can see, it fought through this area here from 101 to 102, and it went range bound. Okay, this here was basically the battleground for the algorithms. Okay, and I didn't trade this battleground here. Eventually, the bulls won it, and it broke out of the 102, as you can see right here. It broke out of the 102 mark. Okay, and it ripped in power hour. Okay, even though it got heavily shorted back down, this rip to me was first of all, it's shorts covering. Second of all, there might be buyers coming in here, right? We have a very predominant uptrend line going up, and it broke out of this wedge. Now in the after hours, we are getting higher as well, holding this uptrend line. So what I'm looking for is, this is a 102 key reclaim. I do see 102 as key support now. Okay, so I'm looking for a dip to hold 102 and then rip. There's also support at 101. So if 102 doesn't hold and it starts trading under 102, we got to be careful. There might be some more buying here at the 101 area. Okay, but I'm looking for a dip to hold 102 and then rip and test this 104 mark again. If it breaks out, we could test these highs, and if that breaks out, we could get back up to the 106, 107 area as well. So I like this for long. On the daily chart, as you can see, it was a very bullish bounce. Okay, it tried to get short, but it got bought right back up late day. So I think personally the bulls have won it today. Okay, and this chart looks bullish to me. It is, however, very overextended. I'd like to mention that the average true range for the stock is 5.42. So this stock can move $5.42 on average. So this makes it a very good trader for tomorrow. there is a high short interest of 55.14% for the day. That means shorts have not given up yet entirely, in my opinion. So dip to hold, and you can see here the 102 area was very key. Okay, right here, yesterday's opening price. If it holds 102, I like it for the long and ride it up. If it snaps 102 again and starts trading under 102, I do like it for the short to bring it back down to test the lows. If it runs up parabolic, I'm going to also look for seller signal around the highs over here for a quick pullback scalp. Okay, let's do a what if scenario. What if tomorrow it trades like today in pre-market, it starts grinding up pre-market, and then out the gates it pops right into this high of yesterday where it dips, and then if it holds this 105 area could be the next support area if it breaks out, right? So I'm gonna look for that short to that short scalp. Down there's like a 1.5 there, and then if this holds, I might long it back up and look for the breakout. So that's EA, a lot of what if scenarios, very good trader on the day, high volatility, lots of range, small size can make you a lot of money as well. I took 4 points off it today, very happy with today's trade on EA. Next up, we have TWLO, TWLO. Announced earnings after hours. Okay, so the average true range for TWLO is $5, and the short interest is 54% on the day. They came out with an earnings of Q4 in line, but the guidance is a little weak. Hence, we see a sell-off after hours. I like to mention a key level here of 109. Okay, so I'm going to mark that off right there at 109. Now, this is key support in my opinion. Looking at the after hours action, it dumped, it held, dumped, held, dumped, snapped through, and then it reclaimed, right? So this is a very critical area tomorrow to watch tomorrow. At the open, we need to see whether it's trading above or below 109 to open up a thesis, a bias, and a thesis on it. Personally, I like it short. Okay, I want to see it trade under the 109, and then if it pops back up to the 109, I want to try to get short and ride it down to the low. Right here, we have key support at 109 as well. So we'll call it 109 to 108.77's area, right, on the daily chart. If this snaps, we have lots of room to come down. We can bring it down to the 105 area, even down to the 104 as well. Okay, so I see a lot of range coming down. It's not on SSR yet, so it still can be shorted. If it pops out of the gates from short covers, I'm going to be looking for resistance at 110 to 110.55. Okay, mark this off right now real quick for you here. There's 110 and 110.55, and the reason is this epic battle right here. This is the battlefield where they hacked it out today. Okay, so as you can see, when the stock came down to the 110, it bounced again, and then it fought this area, right? It bounced, and then even here after hours, when it tried, it failed again. So if it comes back up into this area, I'm going to wait and pause a little bit and wait to see what it does in here. We might see a fight here for a long while before it makes the next move. So I don't want to trade in this area until it breaks up or breaks down from here. Okay, so that's TWLO. TWLO. Next up, we have TripAdvisor. TripAdvisor is earnings Q4 miss with a guidance of the first half of 2019 weak. Okay, hence we have the massive sell-off at the after hours. Okay, we got an average true range of $1.76 and a short interest of 60.2% today. Okay, we have key support here that I'll be watching for is 57 50s. Okay, it's trading right here at key support, and then we have resistance area at 58. Okay, so what I want to see is a pop into the 58 and show me some sign of a rejection, and I want to get short on this on the stock. On the daily chart, as you can see here, 58 played a pretty key role. All right, it might pop up and over, so maybe just a little bit, right? We are trading under the 50 SMA. We are currently holding this support right now, this very short-term interim support. Okay, if this thing snaps, it has a lot of room to come down, right? If it snap, obviously I'm going to look for the 57 first. Okay, and if that breaks through, there's really nothing holding this up until the 56. So on the 56 area, this would be the next support area. So watch out for that. Look for a pop and drop because of earnings weak guidance. If it gets up over 58, I'll be watching for this little area here for it to reject. Okay, this is the 58.70s area. Yeah, 58.75 around there. It's basically the high or the opening price of this massive red candle. Okay, so look for these key areas. And finally, we have ATVI, Activision, and other earnings plays. Earnings Q4 miss. Q1 guidance is a beat. However, for the year of 2019, they missed guidance. So the earnings reaction is pretty mixed. We have an average true range of 2.08 and a short interest of 22.5%. Okay, so taking a look here on this chart, I want to note the 42.5 level here. This level is basically a reclamation of 42.5. As you can see on this day, when is this day? Let me zoom out just a little bit. On the 6th. On the 6th day of February. So right here, it held as a double bottom at 42.50. Okay, so this was a key support area. And as the stock chopped and tried to run up a couple of days after, it finally snapped yesterday. And then when it did snap to 42.50, okay, hold on. When it did snap to 42.50, it did try, but failed and got sold off from there. So this was now key resistance. And today, after hours, after the earnings came out, it reclaimed it. It reclaimed the 42.50, and it's now support again. Look how it shot up, reclaimed, fought, and right here is where it held. So this is now key support. I am looking for a dip out the gates, and if it holds 42.50, I like the long. If it snaps and stays under 42.50, I like the short. Okay, so that's two theories already. Another theory is if it pops out the gates, then I'll be looking at the 44 area once again. Key area right here. Highs of 44. Let me show you real quick here. 44 key resistance area. Okay, it kind of wanted to reach there after hours, but it couldn't. But if it reclaims, if it gaps up and holds this 43, we could get a run. And looking at 43, this was prior support as well. Okay, currently it's resistance, but we're very close to breaking it. So pre-market, we might break it and hold above it. Then it's a long, in my opinion. And I like to get it back up to the 44 area, and we'll see what happens from there. Okay, so that's my watch list for the evening. We have 4 tickers, as well as a quick recap that I just showed you on EA today. If you enjoyed my watch list, make sure you hit the thumbs up and the like button. If you have any questions about my watch list, make sure you type it into the comments. I read all my comments on a daily basis, and I answer all questions as well. Check out the video links description below for discounts on what broker I use, discounts to the chat room I am in, discount to my mentor, his free, let me rephrase that again, free YouTube channel where he delivers a lot of quality content on his free YouTube channel. So check that out. It's all in the video link descriptions. If you want to contact me on a personal basis, I have my Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter on there as well as Discord. So look me up, send me a friend request. Let's talk. I love talking stocks. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening. Ciao.